All right, I think I'm done my prototype here for my mathematics workplace apprenticeship 20 class here that I'm doing inside of Moodle. So one thing I did is I went in and I just kind of cleaned up my announcements a little bit. In my announcements, again, put my name, email. These are some of the main ways we can communicate. I'll set up a remind for the class and also a Flipgrid that's for this class as well that students can come in and add to. So that was one thing that I added, and I think that's a good thing. It's just kind of like a business card almost, kind of a little call to action. And then I again have my outline here, and in this outline, again, I tell you what the class is about, give a little bit of information about myself. What I'm hoping the students will do here is check out the outline, email instructor. I'm also going to I've set up a Workplacement 20 online remind, and also Flipgrid introductions, so when kids can go in there, they can introduce themselves, a little bit about themselves. So again, just some startup to get the class all set up. Inside the outline, it tells what marks they're going to be broken down and expectations. Of course, they can email me at any time. Again, the remind goes right to their phone, so they can even do some chat features on there, but they'll be reminded like, hey, this is due, that type of thing. And then the Flipgrid, I'm hoping to, even online, through all the research and that type of thing we've done, I still like to get to know these kids and build relationships and meet them and see them, and them to get to know me a little bit. So the Flipgrid introductions are going to be really important. Another thing I'm going to add here is this video, and just kind of so kids can kind of see how to engage in their work here. So this was the first unit, and this was kind of what I did a few as my startup a little bit. I've added more chapter view. I added a form. That was one thing I was thinking about, communication. So another way to communicate, and just for chapter 1, so they can go in there and they can post information, add a discussion topic, create a thread, those two type of things, and hopefully get some good robust conversation inside of there. Other things, again, I've tried to make it easy to go from the notes to the video to formative assessment on it, to notes to video, to notes to video, and the formative assessment here was for both the previous sections. They have an assignment here with a 3-act math play that they have to hand in, so then they go there, they'll see what they do on there, and they have to make their own. And then again, some notes, a video, and a formative assessment. This is project 1. This will be interesting to see if they'd be able to do this, and if I was actually be able to try this. I've created a playlist here, but I was hoping that I could get them to do Minecraft and to do the project and hand it in. So I have everything set up for it. I think it should work. That might be a little bit interesting. We'd really have to make sure we're explicit with the details on that one. But again, I really like the way this is shaping up. And then some Flipgrid feedback. So what do they like about chapter 1? What things they still struggle on? Again, getting that dialogue going. Another way to communicate and to check for understanding. And then another formative check-in with questions. So when they would click on this, right, it would take them to their formative, and they'd be able to do formative here and give me some feedback, and then do a little pre-test. And like I said, on the Flipgrid feedback, right, they would be able to do a slope. I put a little video on them. They can get to know me a little bit, and then we can have a conversation back and forth using Flipgrid. So all that's embedded inside of my in Moodle, and I'm really liking the way my course is setting up here online. I think there's lots of opportunities for students to learn at their own pace. I think there's a variety of ways for them to learn. They can stop, they can rewind. You can see in 2, this is what I really built this second time. And I've taken people's the reflections that I got. So I was trying to how can they contact me? What kind of interactions would take place? So I really tried hard to incorporate all the great feedback that I got from my peers which I really appreciate inside of that to make it a little bit more easy to use. But I also try to give it the same look and feel in the second module here as I did in my first module. So again, I think consistency would help a lot with the students that are going to use this. Again, they want the notes, they can click on the notes, and again, they would be able to check it out, read it through it at their own leisure and that. And then what I've done here with the video is that it goes through the notes. It's all on YouTube. One little fun fact that I was able to do is I was able to, and again, I thank my vlogs for doing this. When I had my pre-interns kind of help me out, I was able to figure out how to timestamp my videos, so a student can go right to example 2, and go back and forth like that. So I really appreciate that. And then I got my exam in there, check it in, review. So I really like the way my prototype is set up. I think that students could use this in a blended opportunity. I also think that students could use this in an online environment too. So I'm really proud of this. I really like to test this out and see how it is, so I have an idea for that. But I hope that this overview will show what I did inside of my prototype and some of the improvements that I did and what I've learned. And I appreciate the opportunity to explore this, and I'm looking forward to any and all feedback. All right, thanks again for watching.